I'm about to share with you a story today that, for lack of a better word, is atrocious. It is absolutely disgusting, and I hope you guys stick with me and listen to it, because it's stories like this that really give bullion dealers and pawn shops and coin shops, it's stories like this that really give them a bad name. Now, obviously, I don't believe that, and to be honest with you, there are a lot of really good coin shops that are very fair, but they are businesses, and they need to make a little bit of profit, so sometimes you may disagree with them being a couple of points too high or a couple of points too low when they sell. But when you hear stories like this, it absolutely justifies the comments that I see from people all the time that say coin shops are out to rip you off. This is why those comments exist. So let's go ahead and get to the story, and we're actually going to call a coin shop owner who's going to tell it to us, and he is literally right now, as we record this video, on his way to rectify the situation and keep this guy from getting ripped off. But before we do me a favor, go down below and make sure you are subscribed. We are at almost 200,000 subscribers, and I would love for you to be one of them. My channel is sponsored by sdbullion.com. New customers can get their first order of gold or silver at spot by going to sdbullion.com/new. All right, guys, so we actually have Mike from Mid-America Coins on the phone. And Mike, do me a favor, tell me where you're going right now, and then can you also tell me why?
We're heading up towards Salina, Kansas. I had a customer call me who I've done business with in the past. He was at our Toss the Coin show this past. He decided he would need to sell some of his gold and stuff, and he went to try to sell it. I don't really know if it was a pawn shop or coin shop, but they offered him super low money.
So what did he try to sell? What was it he tried to sell?
He was trying to sell some $20 gold pieces and stuff.
Okay, so you said you didn't know if it was a pawn shop or a coin shop. Okay, so what did they offer him for his $20 gold pieces?
Yeah, well, now just remember, this was just 2 days ago in this market. They offered him $1,000 a piece for him.
$1,000 a piece for $20 gold pieces. What's their melt price today?
Their melt price is going to be right around $25.68.
Okay, and they offered them only around 40% of the melt value for these coins.
Yeah, right around there. Yeah, when he called me, it was already up over 26.
Right. So let me ask, is that even legal for like a shop to do that, whether it's a pawn shop or a coin shop? I mean, I thought there was laws in place to prevent that sort of, thing from happening.
There is. The Precious Gem Act it's around 60-65% by law that they're supposed to pay you. But evidently, like this gentleman didn't know that, or he didn't know. This is why I always tell people, please make sure you never walk in and say, I don't know what I got, because this is what happens usually.
Right. So fortunately, you met him at the coin show and he was smart enough to call you. Do you think that he may have actually taken that offer had he not spoken to you first? Is that possible?
There is a darn good chance. I've heard horror stories. A deal in Tulsa went, and this one did happen. The guy sold his silver on today's market. This was just a day or two ago for $15 an ounce.
Now, whoa, where did he sell that at? Was it to a coin dealer?
I really think it was to a jewelry shop.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say their name, but because I know when he told me, I mentioned it and he didn't deny it. The thing is, we got a couple of jewelry stores, big jewelry stores in Tulsa, advertising like crazy. They're paying top dollar. And the thing is, a lot of these people, and this is why I keep trying to educate them, they go in, I don't know what I got. Oh, we're going to give you a really fair deal. Nobody's going to pay better than us.
Right.
Type of deal. And they're good, smooth talkers, and the people feel comfortable.
Right. So, Mike, back in 2010, 11, 2012, when gold was going up, back then, remember, we had all of these, like, we buy gold places, popping up. We had the one that was advertised where you could ship it to them. I mean, I heard horror stories about those as well. So were they paying at least that 65% that we talked about? Do you even know?
Well, at 15 an ounce, and silver was at 31.60. I don't know. I think that would be closer to 45%.
Right. But I mean, I'm talking about back in 2011, 2012 when all these we buy gold places.
No, they were not. They were paying about 50%.
Man, so what?
And they get away with it until they get caught. Then they just close down and start another business.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that people get taken advantage of and they just don't know the value of what they have. And I would, in today's world, I mean, we're in 2024. It's not very hard to research and get information. So what could you tell people to prevent them, from having, because obviously the people watching this channel, that's not going to happen to them. But what can they tell their family to help them, understand how important it is, to shop around before you just sell to whatever pawn shop or first coin shop you go into?
Well, usually what I do for some of my customers that's going to leave my business card with their family, and I tell them it's okay to sell in their area, but maybe give me a call, make sure you're getting the right numbers, or go online, look at the belt value. And we know today, in today's world, right now they're paying a little back on 90% and stuff like that. And it's because there's so much. The numbers went up fast, and there's so much, but they're paying nowhere near even 65%.
Wow!
Right now, they're paying about 85%, and that's fair in today's world.
Okay, so what is a fair price on those $20 golds that you're going to buy? What are you going to pay this gentleman for them?
I'm giving them 100% of help.
That's awesome. That's what I wanted to hear. It's really good that he got a hold of you, but just sad that it was, so close to someone just completely ripping him off of his gold. Because, I've said many times that, a coin shop's, their situation may be different from another one. They may have to pay a little bit less or sell for a little bit more. But this right here, this is, in my opinion, criminal. What could somebody do about that? I mean, is there a way? I'm not saying you should, but is there a way to report that?
Well, yeah, there is a way, and unfortunately, the only really way to entrap them, because you got to let them know you're recording them, so you can't get away with it that way. But you have to sell them something. Take the receipt and then go turn them in. You will get your product back or your money. It just takes a little time. But if you want to get guys like that out, that's the fastest way. You got to get them on record somehow. Because a lot of times, if it's he said, she said. If you go in there and say, well, he said this is what he offered me, he's going to deny it because he's got nothing on paper.
Yeah, I get it. There are states where it's legal to record. I'm not sure about Kansas's law in person. So I guess you would have to look up your local laws. But, a public business.
In the state of Oklahoma, we have to ask. Now, it only has to. Even though you asked, you just got to remember, it only has to be one side party that agrees. In other words, you could still record, but you got to make sure you asked them. Well, he says, no, you can still turn recorder on.
So actually how one party consent works is that one person that's privy, that's part of the conversation, has to agree to it. So in the situation of you and one other person, as long as you agree to be recorded, it's legal. He doesn't have to know, as long as one party knows. So,
right, yeah, that's what I meant to say. You're right.
Right. So if
that's exactly how it has to be.
Right.
But there is other states out there where it's illegal to do it if nobody is in agreement to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And those are called two-party consent states: Florida, Washington, California. A couple others. When I do my coin shop calls, I can't record those without letting them know, so I don't call those states. But
right.
Okay, well, Mike, this is really unfortunate to hear, and I'm sure this happens way more often than any of us know. So I appreciate you sharing the information with everybody. And guys, Mike has his own coin shop. It's in Grove, Oklahoma. It's called Mid-America Coins. I'll put information down below. Mike, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking my call.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
So it's unfortunate that story from Mike happened, but to be honest with you, it happens all the time and we just don't hear about it. There are a lot of snakes in the grass out there. There's a lot of silver-tongued people out there that will absolutely take advantage of basically anybody if they can get away with it. And it's really unfortunate because there's so many victims out there that don't know any better. So the best thing you can do, and like I said earlier, the people watching this video, this isn't going to happen to them, but the best thing that you can do with videos like this is to hit like so that YouTube recommends it to others, but also share it with your family and friends so that they know how important it is to shop around and they don't end up like what almost happened to this guy that Mike is taking care of today. So if you did like this video, again, hit the like button. Don't forget to go down below and make sure you're subscribed if you want to see more, and have a great rest of your day. We will see you next time.